Hi Sagittarius, welcome back to my channel Tarot C. I'm Z and I'm going to be doing your tarot reading, finding out what are the messages for the cards that come out in today's reading for you. So let's begin. Let's find out what cards come out, what messages come through, the cards that do come out in this reading. Thank you so much for joining and for being here for the reading. So the first card that we have is the Ace of Cups. You've got some water sign energy with this. You could be dealing with a Cancer, Pisces, even a Scorpio. We've got the King of Wands. And we have the King of Cups. And at the bottom of the deck, we've got the Three of Wands. So with the Three of Wands shown up here at the bottom of the deck, this does feel like an energy of being in a space where there's an openness when it comes to wanting to be able to explore a situation further. And with the Three of Wands, this does feel like an energy of growth within that comes from within that exploration and being open. So this Three of Wands shown up over here, this does feel like an energy of being able to experience growth and expansion in a situation with somebody, especially in a connection. You do feel like your connection going through a growth period. And with this Three of Wands showing up over here, this does feel like being open to being able to kind of experience what the next chapter or the next phase of this connection can look like, and being open to taking that step or that leap of faith into that direction. I do feel like with this Three of Wands, this does feel like a pretty positive energy when it comes to being able to experience the discovering or even the exploration of this connection in a new light. I do feel like with the Ace of Cups shown up over here, this does feel like an energy of really, when it comes to the person you're dealing with, I do feel like they are in a space where they are discovering deeper feelings or new feelings in the situation. With this Ace of Cups shown up over here, this feels like an emotional energy and an emotional connection that does feel like it has the potential to be able to grow to something very meaningful and something that I do feel like is very real between the two of you. I do feel like this person holds a lot of feelings, and I do feel like they're genuine with this Ace of Cups. With the King of Wands shown up over here, this does feel like a pretty mature energy when it comes to this connection. I do feel like when it comes to this connection and even the way you're approaching it, this feels like an energy of being in a space where you do feel like you're in a space where you are assertive as far as being able to take the lead on what you want. And even when it comes to being able to handle things in a mature way, when it comes to this connection. But at the same time, there's a sense of adventure. I do feel like this connection is an adventurous one as well. I do feel like with the King of Wands, this feels like a bold energy, but also a very passionate energy. So I do feel like there's something about this connection that is quite exciting because of that energy between the two of you. With the King of Cups shown up over here, this does feel like a very loving energy. It also feels very devotional, especially towards the emotional connection that you have with this person. I do feel like this person really has a lot of love for you. With this King of Cups showing up over here, I also feel like with this King of Cups showing up over here, this also feels like an energy of really, this does feel like a sense of this person having a lot of emotions, but I do feel like they are within control. Those emotions are not dictating their moves. I do feel like this person being in a space where they are quite thoughtful, considerate when it comes to approaching this connection with you. So I'm going to clarify these cards. So we have the Queen of Cups. And we have the Knight of Swords. And we have the Eight of Wands. And at the bottom of the deck, we have the Seven of Pentacles. So the Seven of Pentacles drop over here. This does feel like experiencing what feels like slow progress, but it is progress being made within this connection. I do feel like with the Seven of Pentacles drop over here, this does feel like an energy of putting effort into making something work. There's a desire to make things work. I do feel like even with this Three of Wands, this does feel like an energy of being able to have this desire to be able to explore this connection and even the feelings in this connection further. With the Seven of Pentacles, this does feel like an energy of somebody's kind of backing up that desire. I do feel like there's a sense of also experiencing this connection as one where when it comes to the person you're in connection with, this person cares a lot. I do feel like they are quite invested. I do feel like with the Queen of Cups showing up over here, this does feel like an emotionally available energy when it comes to the feelings that somebody holds for you. I do feel like with the Queen of Cups showing up over here, this also feels like a very compassionate energy. So I do feel like on an emotional level, you're quite connected to this person, and I do feel like this person feels that. I do feel like with this Queen of Cups showing up over here, this also feels like an energy of being able to really approach things in a very, I do feel like, gentle way, as far as not wanting to get in the way of this connections forming nicely. Do you feel like with the Knight of Swords showing up over here, this does feel like an energy of really being in a space where there's decisiveness. I do feel like there's a sense of knowing what you want and kind of going after that, especially with this King of Wands. This does feel like an energy of also taking initiative. I do feel like there's a sense of kind of taking the lead in this connection, feeling like you can. I do feel like with this Knight of Swords showing up over here, this feels like an energy of kind of wanting to be able to get things moving along quite quickly. And do you feel like when it comes to the situation, it does come in quite quickly? And you also feel like this person coming in quite quickly, or those feelings rushing in quite quickly. And do you feel like with the Eight of Wands, this does feel like quick communication? And I do feel like this feels like having communication from this person. I do feel like with the King of Cups, when it comes to that communication, is coming from a place where this person is being quite vulnerable. They've been quite open with you on an emotional level as well. With the Eight of Wands jump over here, this does feel like information coming in. I do feel like a lot of communication, a lot of messages coming in. But I do feel like with the Eight of Wands, this does feel like an energy of, again, this connection having the potential to really take off and take off quite quickly as well. I do feel like with the Seven of Pentacles, this feels like things being off to a slow start, but once they pick up, they do start to accelerate quite quickly. So I do feel like there is a sense of being able to explore this connection further. And I do feel like with this Eight of Wands showing up over here, this feels like an energy of being able to actually experience having somebody on board for being able to explore this connection further and actually being in a space where it's like they're determined to do that. So I'm going to clarify these cards. We have the heart-to-heart conversations. We have express your love. And we have getting to know each other. So the heart-to-heart conversations showing up over here, this does feel like an energy of being able to have strong chemistry with someone. I do feel like when it comes to your conversations with this person, they're reflective of a strong chemistry that you have with this person. I do feel like also being able to have conversations with this person where this person is being quite open with you. Do you feel like there's a very candid feeling to the conversations where there's a lot of honesty when it comes to the discussions between the two of you? But I do feel like the conversations are very meaningful and they do go quite deep. So I do feel like also there could be a conversation had with this Eight of Wands showing up over here. And I do feel like with this heart-to-heart conversations, I do feel like it goes deep, and it does feel like also something very meaningful coming out of those conversations and being discovered through conversation. With the express your love card showing up over here, this does feel like an energy of someone who's kind of putting themselves out there. I do feel like with the Knight of Swords, this does feel like an energy of someone who's in a space where I do feel like they want to be able to kind of put themselves out there, and they may be doing so by reaching out. So I do feel like with this Knight of Swords, this feels like an energy of somebody who wants to reach out. And with the express your love card showing up over here, this does feel like an energy of being able to do so with an emotional message or a heartfelt message that they want to give to you or have reach you. But with this getting to know each other card showing up over here, this does feel like an energy of being able to really explore this connection further in a way that's really deepening your bond. I do feel like with this getting to know each other card showing up over here, this does feel like also being able to see this person in different lights through being able to have conversations which are touching on different points. I do feel like when it comes to your connection, it's a genuine one with the King of Cups showing up over here. And I also feel that with this King of Cups showing up over here, this does feel like a very very devoted energy when it comes to your connection. I feel like there's a strong start between the two of you. And I do feel like also having a very strong chemistry that's reflected through your conversations. So those are the messages I'm getting with these cards for you, Sagittarius, and I hope you have a wonderful day. Bye, Sagittarius.